Hey, welcome back to Albums Recall, and today, episode 10. I'm gonna be giving you one underground classic, and it's by Black Moon, Enter the Stage. Oh, yes, so I'm gonna get into that now. Enter the Stage is the debut studio album by the American East Coast hip hop group Black Moon. It was released on October the 19th, 1993 through Nervous Records. The album was produced by DJ Evil D and Mr. Walt of Da Beatminerz, Piece of the Beatminerz. Enter the Stage featured the debut of the underground hip hop duo Smif-N-Wessun, as well as a parade from Havoc from Mobb Deep and Drew Hall, the co-founder of Down Records. Despite being critically acclaimed and having two singles from that charted on the Billboard Hot 100, Who Got the Props and Got Cha Opin, the album sold poorly and is often overlooked in the favour of the subsequent of the East Coast albums such as Enter the Wu-Tang, Chambers, Illmatic, and Liquor Sword, and Ready to Die. But nonetheless, Enter the Stage preceded Vo's release and served as a precursor to the resurgence of the New York hip hop scene in the 1990s. This is an underground classic, man. Enter the Stage, released in 1993, recorded between 1992 and 1993. It was recorded at the DD Studios in New York City. The length album is 56 minutes and 54 seconds. Label was Nervous Records, I said earlier, and the producers, the Beatminerz and Buckshot. But yeah, this is an underground classic, man. I love this album. It's dark, it's gritty, it's proper New York gritty sound. The samples, the old crispy vinyls that we're using. I love the DJ Evil D and Mr. Watts from the Beatminerz. They did bits on this album. You need to check them out. Also, the Beatminerz. They're a hip hop. They're a producer duo group. The two guys who come together to produce music. They're called the Beatminerz, and they did some classic shit in the 90s, especially in the underground scene. Enter the Stage wasn't that commercially, didn't have that much commercial success, but in the underground scene they did bits, you know. So yeah. The singles from the album, there's 4 singles from the album. You got Who Got the Props, which was released on October the 22nd, 1992, and then you have How Many MCs, released June the 9th, 1993, and then you got 3, I Got Cha Opin, the remix. There's a lot of remix for these songs on these albums, but yes, that was released in 1994, sorry, March 28th, 1994. And you have number 4 finally, number 4. You have Buck M Down, or Buck. I love the original from this though. It's my favorite track on this album. The remix, released November the 7th, 1994. The background now, the roots of the Black Moon goes back to the Brooklyn Bushwick High School, where 5'3" and DJ Evil D met and formed a group called the Unique Image. The two met Buckshot in the Brownsville section of Brooklyn and formed their friendship based on the similar music aspirations. The newly formed group recruited Evil D's older brother, Mr. Walt, and began recording the pre-production of their debut album at the Guard's crib of the Hit and Mr. Walt's house. The crib of Mr. Hit. Crib of Hits at Mr. Walt's house, sorry, and the first group release was their 1982 single Who Got the Props, which is now held as a classic hip hop single. The Black Moon signed to Nervous Records in 1992, based on the strength of their debut single, which peaked at number 86 on the Hip Hop 100 chart in early 1993. Buckshot soon formed a close relationship with Nervous employee Drew Friedman, later known as Drew Hall. The two formed their management company named Down Management, oversaw the release of Enter the Stage as a co-executive producer. The group recorded Enter the Stage at the New York City's DD Studios between late 1992 and early 1993 and prepared it for a late 1993 release. Music, much of the acclaim the album received was due to performance of the lead MC Buckshot, who originally went by the name Buckshot Shorty. 10 of the 14 tracks on the album are Buckshot solo tracks, as he appears on every song but song Get Wrecked. But who was 18 at the time the recording was a young man trying to establish himself as his crew in hip-hop world. In a 2005 interview with NVRemix.com, Buckshot described a day in his life while recording his debut. In the States was really rough for me. It was a really rough era. A lot of people don't know what I went through personally. I think I had just turned 18 and I had the pressure of running a management company as an 18-year-old. Shorter than 5'6", I had that problem of people taking my company and my reputation seriously. So a day in the life around the Enter the Stage era was based on constant struggle and letting people know you respect the Dot management as a real management company and not just as some little cute thing that Buckshot is doing. Nah, for real, we're a management type deal, and I was battling keeping Smif-N-Wessun in a good deal. I was battling trying to get Helter Skelter a good deal. I was battling to trying to bring my record company into existence, so it was really a hard time. Lyrics now. The mind state described in the above interview rules the content on the album, as the lyrical are loaded with violent narrative, braggadocio and little else, as Buckshot and 5 Feet try to solidify their status in rap. All Music Chris Witt stated that MC Buckshot and 5 Feet accelerator attack their verse with an aggression not heard since the Coogie's rap peak. 5 Feet, originally known as 5 Feet, appears on 3 tracks here, and his lyrical content does not differ from that of Buckshot, unlike later work by the New York City peers like Nas. The lyrical content found here does not peer deeply into social issues or provide much substance. All Music album reviews state that there is a grim reality filled with guns, weed and violence. Buckshot displayed none of the usual gangster remorse. He's a willful public menace. This is from All Music, by the way, not from me, don't quote from me. Buckshot was praised not only for his lyricism, but also for his lyrical delivery and breath control, with his flows and dramatic conversation vocal tones, being seen as the original entertainer. In a 2005 interview with AllMusic.com, HipHop.com, hip-hop producer Ninth Wonder stated that Buckshot's style strongly influenced his current sound, and that the single Who Got the Props and How Many MCs changed his life. The album features an original style of chorus which are now known as Black Moon's Hook, in which they gather a large number of people in the booth to simultaneously yell the lyrics. These vocals were provided by a number of artists including Smif-N-Wessun, Mr. Walt and Mobb, Havoc, and the trio themselves. Niggas Talk Shit, Who Got the Props, and Like You Want It, Back Him Down, Smif-N-Wessun, song Get Wrecked. So yes, the production now, DJ Evil D and Mr. Walt from the Beatminerz, who produced the album, put their samples to use here, lacing the album with their signature basement sound filled with hard drums and grimy horns, arrangements and deep bass lines. In the album in the liner notes, DJ Evil D stated this album was done on a blunted terms. Anyone who is offended, I'm quoting what DJ Evil D said. He quoted, let me read it, do it again. This album was done by a blunted terms, and anyone who is offended by the concept of the album can fuck to you. Stating what DJ Evil D said. All Music described the dark production, the Beatminerz production crew craft beats to match Buckshot's mayhem The tracks are dark, laid with muted jazz sounds and seemingly bottomless. A few of the samples that you hear were later recreated by a number of hip-hop artists in the 1990s. Single Buck 'Em Down featured a sample from Donald Byrd, Wine Parade, a sample which was later reused for Organized Noise Confusion 1994 concept track Stray Bullets. How Many MC feature a sample from Grover Washington Jr. Hydra, which was used to earlier hip hop hooks tracks like EP10's Underground, the iconic Who Got the Props, heavily utilized a loop from Ronnie Law's jazz classic Tidal Wave, which was featured in several hip hop and R&B tracks, including Usher's Think of You from his self-titled 1994 album. Evil D will take a portion of the sample and craft in featured in several hip hop and R&B tracks into a different loop. And Enter the Stage review on Word.com praised the production work, stating, "So if the album success is largely attributable to Buckshot's performance, one cannot ignore the phenomenal production from the Beatminerz. They took the already dark sound of the Low and Fury and went up to it, filtering out almost all the trouble and using spares, hardcore drum samples. The composition of Mr. Walt and Evil D are also cleverly structured, propelling Buckshot raps directly into the listener's scythes. The crackle of scratches vinyl pervade the album, contributing to the feel of the warmth and timelessness. Thanks for the Beatminerz. There is something inviting about Enter the Stage, despite its confrontational lyrics." Singles. Enter the Stage features 4 singles, as I said earlier. There's a music video, and music videos, including their debut, Who Got the Props, in the mid 1990s. The How Many MC single was released. It became popular in the underground rap circuit, but was not able to find success in the mainstream audience, barely breaking into the top 50 on the Hot Hip Hop 100 single. The remix featured a new chorus and all new verse to go along with the new production. The single became the group's second Billboard's Hot 100 hit in 1994. The last single, Buck 'Em Down, was released in mid-1994 with the music video featuring the remix version. Both original and the remix version feature samples from portion from Donald Byrd, Wine Parade, and similar lyrics, with the remix featuring different vocals and deliveries and edited lyrics. Influence now. Though not always widely heralded as their similar groundbreaking East Coast albums such as the Nance's Illmatic, the Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die, or Wu-Tang Enter the Chambers. Enter the Stage was critically acclaimed on a similar level, though all of the albums mentioned above were able to reach at least gold status. Enter the Stage released before all of these albums has not sold nearly as well, selling just over 350,000 copies in the USA as of June 2006. All music described the importance of the album is set the tone for much of the hip hop to follow. Biggie Smalls, Suicide Thoughts, Norigos, Froggy both have their roots there. The album marked a turning point in hip hop. Enter the Stage has also been described as era defining, as one of the most pioneering releases during the return of New York street hip hop resurgence of the mid-1990s after the West Coast reign of early 1990s. Enter the Stage is still prominent among hip-hop artists today, such as lyrics from How Many MCs being used as the hook for Jedi Mind Tricks song Speeds and Cobras. The album also served as the introduction of the super group Boot Camp Click. The Collective was a prominent underground rap group in the 1990s. Also production, the acclaimed Smif-N-Wessun, Da Shining, Helter Skelter, Nocturnal, and OGC The Storm. Enter the Stage heralded the debut of the Beatminerz after producing here, and on the other Boot Camp album, The Shining. Also Nocturnal and The Storm. Mr. Walt and Evil D went on to expand their sound and producing for popular artists like Afri Ra, Big Daddy Kane, Craig G, De La Soul, Delated People, Eminem, Flipmore Squad, KS1, MLP, Naughty by Nature, Black Star, and many more. Boy. So this is chart history now. This is the charting of the album. The US top Heat Seekers, it peaked at number 7 in 1993, and it peaked at number 33 on the US top R&B hip hop album chart, as I said earlier. He got the props. That was released in 93, as I said earlier. It peaked at number 86 on the Billboard Hot 100. It peaked at number 60 on the Hot R&B hip hop single charts, and the Hot Rap Singles chart. It peaked at number 28. And how many MCs? It never peaked up. It never peaked on the. It never got onto the Billboard Hot 100, but it peaked at number 97 on the Hot R&B hip hop single charts. And also, Buck 'Em Down 984. It peaked on the Hot R&B hip hop single charts, and it peaked at number 81. On the Hot Rap Singles, it peaked at number 17. Hot Dance Music Maxi single sales peaked at number 2. So that's about it for today. And if you love my videos, subscribe to my videos, and show me love, and that's it for today, and peace out until next time. Stay blessed.